Good morning, everyone. It's February the 1st, and I'm going to do a video continuing my series on preparing for the 2024 beekeeping season. And I've got some old frames here that some of them are wax moth eaten and stuff I got from a fellow beekeeper in our club. They were going to throw the frames out or get rid of them. They didn't want to mess with them. I watched Mike Berry's video this morning on how he does his old frames and repairs them and gets them ready for the season. So I'm going to give it a try. I saw a video, it was before I even started beekeeping, on someone cleaning up old frames, and they used turkey fryer filled with water, and they dipped frames in the boiling water and cleaned them up that way. Seems like a lot of trouble to me, so we're going to try Mike's method of cleaning frames. It's not how to, but how he does clean his frames. And by the way, in the little time it took me to set this up, I found a bee already found my old frames, so they are attractive if you're going to use frames for swarm traps and stuff. The older the better. We're going to start with this box. It's got a few frames in it. This is what the frames look like. Just going to take my, you can't see that. Let me change my setup around. We're going to start with this frame. It's got, looks like old pollen and stuff in it. I'm going to scrape it down. It's got wax moth cocoons. This side's got a little bit of wax left on it, but I don't think it's worth messing with. Just going to scrape it off and throw it down over the hill. Now that's a little better. Got an old brush from a ice scraper that broke off. I'm going to use to scrub this off. Just goes to show you, you don't have to go out and buy new stuff to be able to beekeep. You can use what you have. And that's what it looks like. This side's much better. I may have to do a little bit more brushing on that side, but that frame should do. This next frame looks like it had wax foundation in it. It's got wires in it. It's got a little bit more wax in it. I've got a bucket I'm going to put this stuff in that I can melt down later on. Got a little bit of moth damage on it, but it's got quite a bit of wax, so I'll keep it and collect up the wax over the next year and render it down. It's also got some strings in it, fishing line. Got some hairpins in it. I'm gonna scrape this off. broken a little bit there. But I think it will make a frame if you want to do cut comb. It would probably work for a cut comb frame. Got a little bit more cleaning up to do. There's that bee. She's already looking for some. It doesn't have to be perfect. The bees will clean a lot of it up. But that's the majority of it. I got to pull those out. I'll have to get a pliers to pull those out. And there's a little bit of string I got to cut loose, but that one's done. Here's another frame that has some wax on it. Just scrape it down. And then whenever it comes time to use them, closer to time to using them, I'll re-wax these frames. Don't want to wax them too much in advance. They say it. The bees don't like old wax. Take my brush here and brush it off a little bit. It's a good stiff brush. Like I said, it's just an old brush off of a ice scraper that I had that broke off, and I just saved it because it was still in good shape, and I knew it was coming handy like this someday. Okay, that one's ready to be put back into circulation. Okay, well, I've got another 20 of these frames to do. As you can see, there's that one. It's just full of wax moth. I won't bore you with doing all 20 of them on camera. But I just want to thank Mike Berry. And I guess the Dirt Rooster give him the idea. Randy McCaffrey. Of cleaning up old frames that the wax moth has got into. Mike said this morning that he sets his frames out and let the wax moth kind of clean them up for him. These are some that I inherited, but it all works the same. Got a little damage there from the wax moth, but not bad. Propolis on there. And that one's pretty well done. It's got some cocoons in the bottom of the cells, but according to Mike, he thinks the bees will clean those out. We'll see. Okay, well, I'm back. I got a frame here. I'm going to show you the before and after. This is the before. I'm going to clean it up and then I'll be back to show you the after. And here's the after. It looks like there's a lot of stuff on there, but it's really not. It's just wax that's down in those crevices of the comb. So we're going to try it and see what it does. The frame come out really well. They'll clean that up and hopefully draw it out this year. By the way, one more quick note. as Mike Berry says, this is not how to, but how I do. And I'm not saying that you should go buy up a bunch of old used frames and stuff. You need to know where your equipment's coming from. This is from a reputable beekeeper in our club that had them stored in her barn, and they got damaged by wax moth and stuff. So make sure you know where your equipment is coming from. Well, that's going to be all for today. I ended up with 10 deep frames with foundation in them, 7 deep frames with no foundation, and I've got 2, 4, 6, 8 medium frames without foundation. And then I've got a couple of boxes here. I'm going to be painting some of my equipment here this spring, and while I got my spray gun out, I'm just going to give all these boxes a coat of paint. You can never, if you've been in beekeeping very long, you all know that you can never have too much equipment. The bees were around all day today. I don't know if I can get a picture of it, but to look down through the woods there, that's as close as I can get. There's a boat, and just behind that boat is a hive. One of my neighbors have a hive, so I'm assuming those are their bees that's been hanging around up here all day. And checking out my boxes. There's one there. Where'd she go? There's some over here on the boxes. So I hope you enjoy this video today, and if you do, please give me a like, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you get notified of my future videos. And until we see you out the bee yard, happy beekeeping, and thanks for watching.